Welcome, everyone, to A Haunting in Stratton. Penned by Ryland Mason, narrated by me, Brian Shepard.
Episode 12. A Ghostly Date. After Ryan answered yes to the date with Bear, all Ryan heard was the click of the line going dead. Did he just hang up on him? Not 2 seconds later, his phone was ringing. "I'm so sorry. I dropped the phone," Bear said, which made Ryan smile. "That's okay. So now what?" "Ask him over," April whispered. "Would you object to having dinner with me here at the house? I can pick you up after work, say 5, crossing his fingers. April egging him on. "Sounds perfect. I guess I'll say goodnight and we'll see you tomorrow." "I can't wait. Sleep well, and I'll see you then," Bear finished and hung up the phone, sighing in relief. "See? That wasn't so hard, now was it?" April said, as she hovered next to him. It was his sister's idea to ask him in the first place. She threatened to haunt him for the rest of his life, which she pretty much did already. "No, now I just need to figure out what to make," he said as he placed his phone on the nightstand, rolling over to finally fall asleep. At least he would have something positive to dream about. Tomorrow would be a busy day for both, as they were now on to some new information that Ryan desperately saw answers to. Ryan would head down to see Father Stan at the church and see if he may have heard of these so-called Sisters of the Faith. He was certain someone must have heard of them, and while Ryan sought godly answers, Bear would be at work in the library, digging through anything he could find as well. Of course, Ryan was correct. Someone did know something, yet he was looking in the wrong place. The question is, would they say anything, or would they keep the answers buried right along with them? The United Methodist Church in Stratton was the tallest stone structure in town, besides the impressive town hall. The townspeople spared no expense when it came to building a church, which would also sub as the schoolhouse, big enough to hold a congregation of 150. Ryan could not wait any more and decided to take the drive down to Father Stan before he got too busy. As he pulled in, the bells were ringing, letting the town know it was 7:45 a.m. Okay, so maybe he was a little early. Not every day you go to church just to ask about creepy faith cults or groups. Getting out and walking up to the 2 big red arch-shaped doors, Ryan walked in, making sure to quietly close the door behind him. It is always so peaceful inside a church, and this one is no different. Well, maybe except the beautiful stained glass windows on either side of the church, while the smell of pledge hit him as he walked through and right into Father Stan. Yellow pledge and a rag in hand, Father Stan looked stunned for a moment before he realized it was Ryan. "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Green. What an unexpected surprise." "Sorry to interrupt, yet I have a question for you, if you don't mind." "Of course, if I can help in any way." "Have you heard of a group called Sisters of the Faith?" As soon as the name rolled off Ryan's tongue, Father Stan's expression changed. So, he did know something. Nothing good will come of me talking about them, yet all I know is that they were bad news, and their faith was more dark than light. So you're saying they were considered witches or something? Ryan asked. I guess you could say that, but I'm afraid I don't know any more than that, he said, as Ryan knew Stan here knew more than what he was willing to share, which was fine. It was something to start with, and he would hope that Bear would find something written about them, maybe giving a more bigger picture as to what this faith consisted of. Well, thank you, Father Stan, and I apologize for taking up your time. Not a problem. Glad I could help. I hope to see you Sunday, Mr. Green, he grinned. When you add a smoking section, I will, Ryan blurted out as he walked away. I thought you didn't smoke. Hey, wait, did Brian tell you to say that? He would. Ryan just waved goodbye, smiling as he walked out, leaving Father Stan to finish polishing his pews. At the library, it was turning out to be a busy day, as there happened to be a school field trip from the local elementary school. Reading days are once a month, where the fourth graders would visit and be read to for story time, learn to read, and watch a movie of one of the books they read. Bear made sure to include some popcorn he would make from the employee break room. In between helping patrons, he was able to find some information on this faith business they would sell to people who were desperate and foolish. Information would lead him to more and more, as books and documents online had nothing good to say about the sisters. He had enough to go on, which was a start. Of course, he would wait until he saw Ryan later, when he picked him up for their date at his cabin, for dinner and conversation. So, as soon as he was ready to lock up, he would have to head to Alice's and grab ingredients for tonight's dinner. No, there would be no meatloaf this time. In fact, dinner would be completely home-cooked. Ryan had made his errands in town before he decided to head back home and get ready for tonight. 2 Zoom meetings, a shower, and a quick check of the house had Ryan ending up in the morning room. The house has been quiet since this past Sunday. No evil ghosts or flying objects. Taking advantage of the peace, Ryan decided to sit and read while he waited for Bear to pick him up. It would still be a little while. He must have fallen asleep at some point as he found Bear sitting in the matching chair next to him. Oh my God, I fell asleep. How long have you been here? He asked as he got up out of the chair. Oh, I'd say about 15 minutes or so. I knocked a few times before Molly decided to let me in and told me where to find you. Well, I'm glad to know she's still here. It has been quiet around here. Too quiet if you ask me. Yet I rather enjoy coming home and relaxing. He smiled. It seems this nap time had put him in a good mood. Ryan and Bear headed out of the library and left the house. Ryan wasn't too worried to lock up anymore, as it seems that his house comes with its very own ghostly security system. Well, I hope your nap made you hungry, as I plan to make you one of my favorites, Bear stated as they both jumped in his Jeep. Do I have the pleasure of knowing what it is? This is where you tell your server if you have any allergies, he joked. None that I'm aware of, Ryan answered as he rested his arm on the center console. Then I think you'll enjoy what I'm making, Bear said as he too rested his arm next to his. Ryan could feel the warmth and, of course, welcomed it. It was not long before they were pulling down Bear's country road and parked right up front as the driveway was circular. Is this why he's called Bear? He built this beautiful cabin, Ryan wondered as they walked inside. The smell of the wood burning in the fireplace, the crackle sound it made, told you were in a log cabin. Have a seat. Please make yourself comfortable. Would you like a glass of wine? Bear asked as he hung his jacket up, revealing those big arms Ryan just happened to notice, which was not the first time. Definitely the lumberjack type, Ryan thought as he smiled and laughed in his head, taking a seat on the sofa. Dinner will almost be finished. I figure we can relax for a moment, Bear suggested as he took a seat next to Ryan, handing him a glass of white wine. Can I ask you a question? Ryan asked, drinking his wine, getting ready to ask his question that he just had to know, and some readers wanted to know as well, so it would seem. Of course, Bear replied as he shifted his body so that he could face Ryan fully. How come I don't call you Bradley? That is your name, right? A great question. One that Bear had an answer to. It was a nickname my sister April gave me, who doesn't look too happy at the moment. April, what's wrong? Bear asked as he could clearly see April running through the front door, and the look she gave was not her usual happy self. She looked scared. You have some visitors outside, Bear. My kind of visitors, and they don't look like nice people, April told him while Ryan just sat there, wide-eyed, as he could clearly see her standing there, pointing out to the driveway. Who is she talking about, Bear? And why can I see her? I can see her, right? She's standing there, looking at me like I'm going crazy. I'm not going crazy, am I, Bear? Ryan asked as he placed his glass on the coffee table, amazed, as once again he could see the dead, or rather spirits. You're not going crazy, as I can see 3 figures out there just beyond the driveway and the trees. Great. I have a bad feeling about this, he said as he looked out the window. He could see 3 women in black, just hovering above the ground, looking in his direction. Old-looking, and all in black dresses. Eyes seemed to be long gone, as black holes now replaced them. It would seem our dinner will have to wait, I'm afraid. Bear turned and looked at Ryan with a sad look. The women in black were getting closer. Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to episode 12. I just want to say happy holidays, happy new year, and episode 13 will be waiting for you.